Alright, so hello everyone and welcome to part 1 of my F1 2015 Championship Series. Decided to start this off today because I didn't really have time to record Fallout 4. That is coming very soon. Going to be hopefully recording that tomorrow night and potentially putting that out for Monday. I know Scott and me are trying to work out a schedule for our uploads, so we're going to sort of try and work on that a bit during the week. Hopefully you'll see some sort of regular content going up throughout the week. In qualifying, sort of bit off, started in the rain, ended up 5th on the grid behind Hamilton, which obviously not the greatest start, and here we go. Bit of a very shaky start actually. This was sort of me jumping straight into the race. I didn't really have any warm-up time, so you're going to have to excuse that terrible driving there. Sort of the way I'm doing it is 50% races, no assists, obviously, trying to sort of get the full F1 experience. Obviously, with the lack of traction control, the V6s with the ridiculous amount of torque that they have. Hopefully that should, hopefully my driving should improve throughout the season. So sort of as you can see, we've dropped down a place. We are now sat behind Rosberg. Obviously this is all being done in post, so I don't really think I have the ability really to live commentate my driving. As you can see, this is terrible enough as we start off. We've just been told by the engineer that we've got light rain coming in 5 minutes, which was quite useful, to be honest. We were sort of running a high downforce setup from qualifying, obviously with the light rain we had there as well. I did record qualifying, but the footage was a bit shaky, so I decided not to put it in this one. I might see about putting it in future episodes. So we're coming up to the end of the lap now. We've moved up to 5th past Rosberg, cutting the last corner pretty terribly there to try and get ahead of Perez. Didn't work out at all. Get caught up behind him during the last corner, and this is sort of going to be very sort of fadey throughout the lap, because obviously these races go for about an hour apiece. That's too long for a video, I think. So we're on lap 2 now, coming to the end. Hamilton's just set the fastest lap at 1:29. We are not far behind him, I think that's a 1:30. Up into 3rd now as well, past Kvyat, who actually started on pole, which was a bit weird. The Red Bull was obviously benefiting from its high downforce. Grosjean there surprisingly high up in the pack. The rain sort of threw everyone really in qualifying. So obviously you can see our objective for the session is 2nd. You'll see how that plays out later on in the race. This was a bit like got a bit of a bad finger at the moment, and I run with a wheel, so the paddle shifting was a bit hard, like steering as well with the force feedback. It was a bit painful, but obviously that will get better, and then the driving will get better hopefully. But as you can see, the rain is starting to fall now. Just checking our fuel temperatures and all that, because obviously you don't want your tyres too cold, then you've got no grip. Hamilton's 5 seconds ahead, so as is in real life really, once those Mercedes are out ahead of you, you've really got no chance. Sort of like the difficulty I play on as well is the one below the hardest, so I think it's expert on this. Because there's no way I'd say that I'm good at this game, not like league standard, not as good as some of the other YouTubers that you'll see, like XMAG, Arava, TMM Marduk and Noble. Coming to the end of lap 3 now. Obviously pace is a bit down. We're sort of running in fast at the moment, trying to sort of burn as much fuel as we can. My sort of strategy was to burn as much as I could before going onto the inters when the rain started, so that I could then save, and then once the rain was done, go back onto the options, bomb it for as long as I could until going onto the primes at the end of the race. These options did not last very long at all. Just the lack of traction and me sliding all over the place absolutely decimated the tyres. We're sort of coasting now really. We've got Grosjean a few seconds behind us, I think. Hamilton's obviously well ahead, he's sort of 2 corners ahead of us. So we've just sort of let that go. Like there's unless you sort of start on pole and like can absolutely maintain the gap, there's no way you will beat the Mercedes unless you have a miraculous strategy, which I do not. But yeah, we're sort of trying to build the gap to the car behind, which is actually Rosberg. So yeah, sort of just proving then again, like if you can get ahead of the Mercedes, you can actually pull away from them. Obviously, he's backing up quite a train there behind us. So yeah, so we're just coming around the last corner. That last corner is an absolute pain in the backside to get round. Well, I say last corner, penultimate corner. Absolutely just lost the rear end there coming out of that corner as well. The track was starting to get a bit slippery at this point. It had been raining since the start. There goes Rosberg straight past us. Just sort of showing the... No, there he goes, holding us up in the first corner as well, not leaving us room. He just sent someone spearing off the track. We're running wide everywhere. We were just completely caught out by Rosberg there. He's sitting right up behind us. We're just sort of trying to keep it nice and clean through the corners on exit, so we're not trying to lose as much. Not trying to lose any time, sorry. But yeah, I don't know if you can... Well, on the mini-map, Hamilton is long gone in the bottom left corner there. Like, he's not even on the map anymore. So yeah, at this point I was sort of very done with finishing first. It wasn't going to happen at all. But yeah, so you sort of checking the tyre wear there. You saw on the right hand side there, so the tyres are getting a bit worn now, so the grip is starting to go. Obviously the rain falling as well didn't help that whatsoever. Yeah, sorry, you're going to have to excuse my shortness of breath. I'm sort of trying to talk as long as I can here. It's probably not the best way to do it, but yeah, we're sort of trying to avoid cutting as many corners as we can, because the penalty system can be a bit, what's the word, not spontaneous, a bit erratic. There we go. It can sort of penalise you here but not there. It's very sort of odd. But yeah, at this point we're sort of trying to upshift as soon as possible to obviously give us as much traction on exit. Locking up a bit there into that corner. Again, like just keeping the back end straight is really difficult in these cars, especially sort of just jumping straight into the game. I think from now on what I'll do is I'll try and do like a few warm-up laps in time trial or something before I jump into the game, obviously to try and just accommodate myself to the car. But yes, while this is playing, so obviously nothing really is happening. Obviously you can see in the wing mirrors Rosberg's diving here, there and everywhere. He's actually making a move on us into this corner, but we sort of shut that down pretty quickly. Got Raikkonen behind Rosberg as well, our teammate, so obviously we want to try and back Rosberg up enough that Raikkonen can then get through, sort of secure ourselves a 2-3. Obviously as many points in the constructors as possible. But yeah, while this is playing out, obviously, well, I'll let you obviously watch my terrible driving, but I'm just going to quickly talk about the way things are going at the moment. We've not had that bad of a time at the moment, to be honest. Like, the channel's growing, albeit slowly. You know, we're getting a few more subs in. We've actually sort of befriended someone on Twitter, another YouTuber. Let's see if I can get his name up here quickly. Stockhouse. He's on Twitter at Stockhouse Games. Really nice guy. He's been sort of helping us out. He shouted us out on Twitter. That sort of gave us a few subscribers, so we're really grateful to Stockhouse there. As you can see, terrible driving, running wide. Raikkonen actually got past Rosberg at some point. He's now making a move on us. We run wide. That completely goes to pot. So now, yeah, coming on to lap 7, we're a few seconds, well, I'd say a few seconds. We're about 7 tenths behind Raikkonen there. And Rosberg just completely, I don't know what he was doing there. I think he tried to take us around the outside into the second corner. It just didn't work for him. So he tagged us, spun us into the barrier, and then Massa tagged us off as well. Absolutely fabulous AI there. So we just want to get straight back onto the track as quickly as possible. I mean, that, like, just completely... I did think about sort of doing a flashback replay, but there was no point. So yeah, here we are, obviously damaged front wing at this point. This was the lap that we were supposed to pit in as well, so it couldn't really have come at a better time. Obviously NASA in the Sauber there. Oh no, not NASA, sorry, Ericsson goes past, but we sort of managed to head him off, and he gets the move done, so credit to him, really. We've now got Alonso in the obviously very slow McLaren from 2015 up in 7th, which, yeah, credit to him. Yeah, so here we go into the pits. I think at this point we'd said to put the inters on. Yes, we did. So yeah, we've sort of told the engineers to chuck inters on the car this lap. Obviously, because it's starting to rain now, the grip's completely gone in these options, and there'd be no point putting on a set, because I'd only come in probably the lap after this to put a new set of inters on. Yes, front wing's been replaced. bit of a slow stop there, about 9 seconds I think that is, so that's really going to put us back obviously to 9th place. But 2 cars have dropped out. I didn't actually see which cars those were at the end of the race. I've literally only just noticed that now. But yeah, would have been interesting to see what happened there. But yeah, I'm sort of trying to figure out as we go past Raikkonen there as he comes out of the pit, and we're up into 2nd. These Inters really we definitely went onto them at the right time. Yeah, Raikkonen was sat pretty behind us. I think we've got Rosberg behind Raikkonen as well, so it's very much a battle for 2nd and 3rd at this point, as Raikkonen goes past us under DRS conditions. I was a bit surprised that they were still up at this point in the race, to be honest with you. But yeah, we're about coming up to halfway now through the race. 2nd place, we're on task for our objective, so that's not too bad, to be honest, considering we started in 5th. As we cut to the end, well, sorry, the middle sector there, Raikkonen making another move on us, coming out of the 2nd sector, around that fast chicane there. I think it's turn 10 and 11 maybe, or 11 and 12. Raikkonen completely bottled the move. Rosberg moved up into 3rd, so now I'm under pressure from him as he goes careering past us, nearly taking us out, sorry. Yeah, sort of bumping up into him, hand of frustration goes up there. But yeah, now we're cutting to lap 14. As you can see, I've changed the camera's perspective because I'm not really, well, brilliant driving there, Nick. Yeah, changed the camera's perspective to sort of see which camera you guys prefer. Obviously, I do usually drive in the cockpit, but if you guys prefer the onboard camera, then that is I'm absolutely fine with driving like that because it's not too difficult, to be honest. But yeah, that cock up there sort of dropped us down to 4th. You know, we've been bottled past on the straight by Alonso as we go into the pit to put on a set of options. Coming to the end of the rain now, so I thought chuck the options on, we'll try and get the undercut. Obviously we'll be a bit down on grip, but yeah, the track was drying out at that point, so the Inters really died off at a good point there. Well, so much was happening there, I've completely forgot what I was talking about. That was it. Yeah, so sort of this series will it will be quite, well, I say an irregular. I'll try and do as many episodes as I can, but it's sort of finding the time to do the race, the qualifying, all of that, as Alonso completely holds us up there into the first corner as he comes out of the pits. Hello dog, thanks for that. Yeah, that really did do us in, but obviously the Ferrari has so much more speed over the McLaren that we attempt to move into turn 3, get it done somehow. Alonso was really good there, leaving us the room. Yeah, now we're coming up to a lapped car, a Manor. Absolutely does us in under blue flag. No idea what happened there. And yeah, as you can see, we get a warning for that. I don't think that was justified at all, sort of going back to what I said about the penalty system. But yeah, coming up to the last lap now, going around the last corner. There was no real way that we was catching Raikkonen. I think he was about 17 seconds up on us at this point. Oh, 20 odd. Great. And yeah, just as we crossed the line, Hamilton won the race. So yeah, there was no way I was catching up with him. Yeah, nothing really happened that last lap. It was just trying to keep the gap up to Alonso, not cock up anywhere, not spin off. The primes were starting to die anyway. As we come around the last corner, we go over to the pit wall for a bit of a celebration. You know, we gained 1 place in the race, but well, better than it had been. You know, we could have really lost out with a few spins there, here and there, sort of going off the track. Yeah, sort of Vettel getting out the car there, not too pleased. Understandably so, really. I mean, he's a better driver than that, to be honest. I feel like I've let him down.
And that's the end of the first race here in Melbourne, and it's Lewis Hamilton who's got the upper hand and 25 points to his name.
Well, Lewis is always someone the other drivers respect. He's one of the best drivers on the grid, and if he has a competitive car, he'll always be near the front, and he's proven that yet again today.
Well, there we go. 4th place, 12 points for the championship. 2 Mercedes completely dominating the field there. But yeah, we're sitting close behind them in 2nd in the constructors with Ferrari. Thank you very much for watching, guys. That's the end of that there. Let us know what you thought about it. Let us know how you'd like this to play out, sort of how often you'd like to see it. And yeah, well, the screen's gone to black, but I'll sort of let it slowly fade out. Again, thank you for watching.